Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the news for this evening. The weather phenomenon known as El Nino has re-emerged and is developing rapidly across the region. According to the Chief Executive Officer of the Seychelles Meteorological Authority, Vincent Amélie, the changing climate pattern is expected to have a significant influence on the country's weather conditions in the coming months. Mr. Amélie explained that Seychelles is likely to experience more frequent and intense rainfall as a result of the phenomenon. He noted that the effects of El Nino could lead to unstable weather patterns, bringing periods of heavy rain. He further added that the changing ocean and atmospheric conditions associated with El Nino are also expected to impact coral reefs in Seychelles.
This time around, it's here in our dry season, so we expect a situation where it will convert our dry season into a wet season. So that's what we expect. I cannot really use the word El Nino will bring bad weather, because with El Nino, dry season give us some rain, which we need, but we have to be cautious about the part of disasters that it can also bring with it. So I will say that the El Nino will bring this extreme weather condition, and that is why it's very important that we start to prepare now, so that we at least can mitigate some of the adverse effect that it can cause for our country.
The Office of the President has announced the appointment of 3 new Deputy Commissioners of Police effective yesterday, 21st May 2026. They are Mr. Ned Weitz, Mr. Ron Bonlam, and Dr. Jemmy Bouzin. Mr. Weitz brings nearly 30 years of experience in law enforcement and leadership within the Seychelles Police Force. Mr. Bonlam has over 25 years of international experience in policing and security. He also previously served as Deputy Commissioner of Police in Seychelles. Meanwhile, Dr. Bouzin is a forensic specialist and former head of the forensic unit. The President of the Republic, Dr. Patrick Emini, says that in view of Ladig's small population, it is not feasible for the St. Mary's Hospital to have a resident specialist. However, visiting specialists will keep attending to the island's patients. President Emini made the remarks following his first official tour of the island since he took the office of president late last year. His visit concentrated on service delivery in the private sector, and he was very satisfied with the outcome.
The number of services being provided by government on Ladig is impressive, like I've said, and we feel that there are rooms for improvement, especially when it comes to the working conditions of workers. There are certain infrastructures that we need to renovate and improve upon. Otherwise, in general, Ladig is okay. The development, in my opinion, might be a bit too fast. We need to slow it down a bit and make it sustainable, so that in the long term, Ladig will remain or maintain that uniqueness which is characteristic of Ladig.
At its meeting at State House this week, the Council of Ministers approved the draft law to establish the office of the former presidents. This is intended to provide a clear legal and administrative framework to assist former heads of state in fulfilling their national and international responsibilities on behalf of the Republic. In his address yesterday, Vice President Sébastien Pillet stated that even if a former president is not involved in the decisions made by the executive branch, they can nevertheless make certain commitments in the interest of the country. The Council of Ministers also approved a 12-megawatt photovoltaic solar power plant project on Ladig, which includes a battery energy storage system of approximately 10 megawatts. This is part of the Seychelles energy transition strategy. This project should significantly increase renewable energy production, strengthen energy security, reduce dependence on imported fossil fuels, and contribute to lower electricity tariffs, while positioning Ladig as a model green island within the national energy landscape. Students at English River Secondary School gained a better understanding of different professions and launched their entrepreneurship club. The event was held under the theme Your Career Journey Starts Here. Representatives from various trade unions and the Ministry of Education were in attendance. In his remarks, Principal Secretary for Human Resource Development, Jean Alcindor, stated that the initiative was worthwhile, even though the event did not take place during Careers Week. He also sees this as an opportunity to prepare young people for their post-secondary studies and their future careers. The Ministry of Environment, Climate, Energy and Natural Resources reaffirmed its commitment towards biodiversity conservation during a special ceremony held to commemorate International Biodiversity Day 2026. The event brought together government officials, environmental stakeholders, students, and community organizations to celebrate achievements in biodiversity protection while recognizing the need for continued action. A major highlight of the event was the signing of a memorandum of understanding between the Minister of Environment, Climate, Energy and Natural Resources and the Belazar watershed community. The agreement aims to reinforce collaboration in the conservation and sustainable management of the Belazar and Bougainville rehabilitated wetlands and watershed areas over the next 5 years. Minister Marie-Mé Jérémy emphasized the importance of strengthening partnerships and encouraging every citizen to play a role in protecting the environment.
Restoration remains a major priority, with critical ecosystems such as our forests, our mangroves, and coral reefs actively being restored. Innovative mechanisms are also being explored to support restoration, while our laws and policies continue to be reviewed to better reflect today's realities. However, we must also recognize that there is still a lot more that can be done. More than 477 species in Seychelles are considered threatened on the IUCN Red List. And this reminds us that a lot of further research, stronger conservation management, and better and unified approaches are needed if we are to prevent further species loss.
Around 17 people with physical disabilities, along with members of the visually impaired community, attended the special event organized by the Office of the First Lady in collaboration with the Ramp Up Rise Up Association to mark Global Accessibility Awareness Day under the theme Design, Develop and Deliver. The event focused on promoting accessibility and digital inclusion while also giving participants an opportunity to exchange ideas and discuss challenges faced by persons with disabilities. Activities included music therapy sessions facilitated by Mr. Music Seychelles, karaoke performances showcasing participants' talents, and wellness sessions provided by Be Still Spa, including relaxing massages. Chairperson of Ramp Up Rise Up, Christine Winslow, said the event was an important opportunity to promote inclusion and visibility for persons with disabilities.
It can be limited and challenging for activities for wheelchair users and visually impaired. So this was a nice activity that ties in with digital, as well as something that they can all do around the table. Everybody's just having a good time, nothing serious. It's made me very happy that there's people that have never met that have met up today, to see them enjoying themselves and smiling. And again, Ruru just wants to emphasize that any of us can become disabled. Just do your little part to help everybody in Seychelles.
The Office of the President has today announced the composition of the new Air Seychelles Board of Directors. Captain François Jackson was reappointed as chairman, and Mr. Jean Laporte is the new vice chairman. The other members of the board of directors are Irene Croiset, Nathaniel Soumery, Daphne Waro, Bernadette Villemain, Georgette Capricieuse, Captain Richard Young, and Doreen Zelia, as well as Captain Sandy Benaton, who is also the CEO of Air Seychelles. The members of the board of directors have been appointed for a 3-year term beginning May 1st, 2026. The president also thanked the outgoing members for their commitment. The Office of the President has also announced the appointment of Vesna Rakic as the new CEO of the Seychelles Tourism Board effective May 15th, 2026. She has a marketing degree from London South Bank University and more than 30 years of tourism industry experience in Seychelles. Her background includes leadership and marketing roles at several tourism companies and also helped found the Seychelles Small Hotels and Establishments Association. As CEO, Ms. Rakic will focus on improving Seychelles' global tourism competitiveness, increasing economic benefits from tourism, and protecting the country's environmental and cultural heritage. And with this, ladies and gentlemen, we've reached the end of our news bulletin for now. Join us again at 8 p.m. for more news.